lying in 5th place with 21.13. That came in round 3. And that is better, that's much better from Awatunde. Awatunde, 21.13 in round 3. Joe Kovacs, the World Championship silver medalist. Twice world champion though in 2015 and 2019. What can Kovacs do here? Oh, down on the 22-meter line, 21.97 for Joe Kovacs. Krauser in 2nd place, running out of opportunities to catch Kovacs. The margin between them, 2 centimeters, 21.97.95 Krauser, 21.97 Kovacs. What can they do? And there it is. And maybe, after suffering defeats at the hands of Joe Kovacs, he has found the key. 22.19 by Ryan Krauser. Holloway in the gold vest, quickly away and leading at the moment. Good running over in lane 2 from Ishikawa, but certainly Holloway leading at the moment and leading comfortably. Crittenden in 2nd place, but having to battle for it. 13.19, pretty comfortable victory for Grant Holloway, and actually very crisp sprint hurdling in these conditions. The wind plus 0.1.
But Holloway was out. He suited that gold vest, didn't he? He's won everything that he would have had on his wish list this year.
Away this time, everybody having trouble making headway. Azu, great run from here over on the far right, but coming through is Bracey. Bracey's going to take this one. What a second half from Bracey. Marvin Bracey, like a rocket through the second half. Didn't get a fabulous start, but boy, oh boy, did he tear them to bits through the last 50 meters. 9.97 is confirmed for Bracey.
Well, Van Boulay doesn't get the best start. King is definitely coming past him there on his inside. But watch Van Boulay, normally is a really quick finisher. Mina is running really well there in the red strip, but here he is, Van Boulay, Dobson coming through. And it was Van Boulay taking the victory from Mina, the Cuban in 2nd. Was that Grant Holloway? Yeah, I was trying to work it out. It was.
Just celebrating with his mates, I think. 20.07. Jen, that is very crisp running indeed for Van Boulay from lane 5. So there is 2nd place. Can she send the crowd home? Super happy with a home victory. Sandra Perkovic then. Oh, she puts a lot of left into that one. It's nicely flighted and it's big and it's massive. That is superb from Perkovic. 66.33 from Allman in round 5. 68.46 from Perkovic. Pulls out the big one at the final opportunity.
You know what, I loved that. I loved watching the coach's face. As soon as that discus had left her hand, he knew it was a great one.
So Christian Che, 64.40, his opener in the men's discus. No throws in the 2nd and 3rd rounds, but that from Che looks bigger. The line across the sector there, 68.60 for Che.
Well, what about this for a pace-making duo? Olivia Baker, she's run this year a 1:58.05 over 800 metres. And Elise Cranny of the United States of America, 2 times national champion over the 5,000 metres, including this year. She's a sub-4-minute 1,500 metre performer in her own right. So 2 quality women doing the pace-making duties in this one. But Lyndon Hall, she looks good here, doesn't she, with a lap to go?
3:13.7 at 3/4 mile. And Lyndon Hall, now barring disaster, has got this one sewn up. Can she survive these last 300 metres on her own? The chasing pack, as you said, beginning to race now, watching each other. They've let it go. I mean, that's a monstrous gap. It's at least 25 metres through to Hall with 2:50 to go.
Well, not only does Lyndon Hall look like she's going to take this win, just over 200 metres to go, and she does look like she's going to run one of the fastest times in the world this year. Cranny had the job of 3:14 at 1,200 metres, and they were inside that, weren't they? I think it was 3:13.7 from memory, and the pack are not catching. If anything, Lyndon Hall is still going away at this point. Just 100 metres to go. Let's look at that clock. She went through 1,500 metres in around about 4:05. And it is getting really tough now, but she just needs to keep going. Let's look at that world lead, 4:19.89. Is she gonna do it? Oh, she just drops back there, 4:21.12. You can see that is a meeting record. It is the first edition of the women's mile here.
Getting it well, I then. Certainly amongst the favourites. The first pacemaker is due to be Jan Vukovic of Slovenia. It's those of you who might have liked to see a little bit more of this 3,000 metres. They've got about a lap and a half to go. But this pack of 7 have got away. They went through 2,000, by the way, after a 2:34 opener in 5:07.5. Woody Kincaid is in there as well. Almgren, the new find for Sweden, having a really good run too. Andres Almgren, 4th in European Champions at 5,000. Wale now kicks hard down the back straight. 200 metres to run, and it's anybody's race. They really have dawdled through the middle section of this race by international standards. And it's Wale grimacing at the front. Abenyo in 2nd place. Melak on the outside there, trying to come round. And is Melak going to get there? The Ethiopian 22-year-old. Boy, oh boy, Woody Kincaid in the white down the outside. Has he got the speed? It's going to be so close. Kip Correa too is leaving it late. Has Kincaid got the legs? Yes, I think he has. Or has he? That's come down to a photo, no doubt about it at all. 7:38 there, the winning time. Kincaid does get it, look, and it's down to thousandths. Jenny Meadows, 7:38.83. Chariot there just ran out of track. Brilliantly judged race. 7 men sprinting like Billio for the line. Woody Kincaid, boy oh boy. And there is El Bakali of Morocco. He is truly dominant on the global scene at the moment. So away they go. Holds that world best of 5:10. And look at the clock. Tell you what, I think it's going to take a last lap of about 60 seconds for El Bakali to get that record, and I think that might be beyond him. In fact, it's going to have to be below 60 seconds. I think the world record is now out of reach, the world best, I should say, as he goes through the bell there with a lap to run. In about 4:13, he's built up a big lap. A big lead over Leonardo Folletto of Italy, who has a best of 5:33. I think he's heading for a big personal best, as indeed is El Bakali. But Jen, that world best is a tough nut to crack.
It is, even though it's a rare distance to run, particularly at senior level, a world best is there for a reason. Enough people during their careers have had an attack on some sort of different distance, whether an 800-meter runner would run a 600 or a 1,000 meters, and this being a really good example that a 3,000-meter steeplechaser might at some point try the 2,000-meter steeplechase, but he's really going to have to dig in now.
Well, he comes into the straight, does El Bakali. The world best is 5:10.68. He's going to miss that by quite a chunk, but it is a truly dominant run from him after a long, hard season. He has that gold medal from Eugene in his bag, in his kit bag, or it's a draw at home, it doesn't matter. 5:14.08 there for El Bakali. It is the 3rd fastest time in history.